Taurus. I hope you're having a happy summer. So this is your love and relationship reading for July 2018. So let's cut the cards and get started. I have a Knight of Wands. I have a King of Swords reversed. This is the Sun reversed. Strength. Eight of Cups. Four of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Four of Swords. Okay. A couple things that I'm seeing here that have gained my interest a little bit. One, I want to look at these two major arcana cards you have, and they're the only two that you have. You have the Sun in reverse, and then you have Strength. And looking at that combination, I kind of feel like what's happening, especially from past influences with the Sun, is a major setback in the relationship. Maybe for some of you Tauruses, even a breakup. And so now Strength comes into play here, to where Strength is not only about having courage, but you see Leo the lion here. This ego represents the ego. The lion is prominent, and the lion is strong and fierce. And you see this goddess sitting next to the lion with flowers, these roses, this unity and harmony and love between them. She conquers the lion. She conquers the ego. Now, this could apply to you. Maybe this, for some of you Tauruses, especially since you do have the reputation for being stubborn when you don't get your own way. I kind of feel like a major setback in the relationship, and then Strength comes along, as if the oracle was saying to you, just buck up and you'll be fine. Don't let this, this will be something, a problem or a setback that it'll take time for you to deal with and heal from. And even, I just want to point out that even when the Sun is in reverse, it is still a very powerful energy in the tarot, because it's a very positive card. It means things are going to go your way. But when it's reversed, it can still have a positive message. It can mean a minor setback. You might need to wait a little longer for what you want, or a positive outcome. But that positive outcome will come. You just need to make sure you're optimistic. So yes, I kind of feel like the Sun in reverse and the Strength card following it in the present energy is sort of like a little bit of encouragement from the oracle, that you're going to head into a very difficult time in your relationship, but you should not let that defeat you. You should not let that, you should hold on to your personal power and sort of see what you're capable of, that you're strong enough to get through this. Okay? And believe it or not, the interesting thing is that yes, this is associated with Leo, and then you have the Knight of Wands, which is usually associated with Aries. And so you have this little bit of fire energy, Taurus, and that little bit of fire between Leo and Knight of Wands might be the energy concerning this other person in your life. And what they might be going through in the relationship as well. And the Knight of Wands is actually associated with Sagittarius. It's the Queen of Wands that's associated with Aries. But still, yeah, a little bit of fire energy here. That could be, for some of you, your significant other or partner. Knowing that not everybody has a sun sign that's a fire sign, but just take note, and I've said this before, if you get your astrological chart, you will see that we are a mix of all of the Leos and Aries and with the planets, with Mercury and Venus, and we might have strong fire energy like a Leo or Aries or Sagittarius in our house of love. So just a little word of warning as you listen to these videos. Even though you might know that your partner might be an air sign or water sign, it's very possible that in their house of love and relationships and friendships, that they've got a little bit of fire in that house. So having said that, the other thing that I'm seeing here is these first two cards, where you do have the energy of the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands heads into battle. The fire energy gives the Knight of Wands a little bit of cockiness and motivation. And fire is also a very quick energy. It brings change and transformation as well. Fire changes everything it touches. So the Knight of Wands is actually probably the strongest knight of the group versus Pentacles, Swords, and Cups, because the Knight acts on speed. The Knight is single-mindedly following his dreams, his or her dreams, and usually when the Knight of Wands shows up, especially in a relationship reading, it means something happened very quickly, because Knights are about action. And so lots of change, lots of action, and that can be for good or bad. So when I see this King of Swords here reversed, I'm like, what happened here? It looks like someone had the energy of Knight of Wands and they were charging through on a decision that they made, and then you have this King of Swords reversed, as if to say, oops, he messed up a little bit. Kind of feel like some of you Tauruses dealt with someone, a partner who was a little bit arrogant and got ahead of themselves. Also, when swords are reversed, because swords are about judgment and communication, someone could have been lying to you. Someone might have been not just making a wrong decision, but it could also mean someone lied to you, or someone delivered bad news to you, or they said something to you that was very negative. So whatever this is, when you go from this headstrong change with the Knight of Wands, and then you get this negative energy with communication and judgment, and that leads to the setback here with the Sun. I'm kind of feeling out that some of you are dealing with negative behavior from your partners, toxic behavior, impulsiveness, a partner that doesn't think things through. They want what they want when they want it. They're not able to compromise. And so the Sun just isn't about a setback. I kind of feel like the Sun might reflect some of you Tauruses, like you're disappointed, you might feel hopeless about the situation. But that's once again when we come into the Strength card. And you have an interesting pair of cups here as well in the center of your spread, which I always interpret the center card as the root of the situation that's influencing all the other cards around it. You have that Eight of Cups, which is the card of letting go, making an emotional shift. Sometimes it can mean actually walking away for your own emotional happiness, seeking out your happiness. Because of course you see this water, but you also see the moon and the stars. And you have those 8 stars, which are also the 8 stars in the card, in the star. And so those 8 stars matching the 8 of Cups, the number 8 is about change. The number 8 is about transformation. And so when you see the 8 of Cups, yes, it can mean someone walking out emotion, but it can also mean someone needs to go through emotional healing. They need to establish boundaries. And maybe that is the underlying issue for some of you Tauruses as well. You're a strong earth energy, you're very solid, very stable, but you have this water energy. Water nourishes the earth. For some of you, it could be a situation where this situation is too toxic. I want to let go. But then you have this 4 of Pentacles. Some earth energy here, staying put, not taking risks. Or maybe some of you Tauruses are like, yeah, I don't like this situation with my partner. Very toxic, lying to me all the time, but I don't know what to do. So I'm going to stay put. I'm not ready. Maybe you're not ready to walk away from this person or let them go. And I do get the feeling that when we get to that 6 of Cups here in your future, that maybe some of you here in the past and present might be estranged from your partner. You're not talking to them. There was a breakup. You don't know when they'll come back. But I'm kind of seeing a big shift here when we get to your future, the future influences, because then you have that King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, the profile of the King of Pentacles is a strong businessman, but also a very practical and wise person. You should also know the King of Pentacles represents Taurus in the Wiccan Tarot. The King of Pentacles represents Taurus. So I know the Oracle is speaking to you here, Taurus. Taking control, getting back into your element. You're strong again. And so I'm kind of very skeptical about what's going on here with the 6 of Cups, because it feels like once you get strong and you're able to make decisions and you're ready to move forward, here comes the past coming back to get you confused again. And then it's followed by this 4 of Swords, and this is usually the card of retreat and rest, but it can also mean the card of hiding. Being out of sight. So yeah, I feel like some of you Tauruses are going through a rough patch in a relationship with a very passive-aggressive, very toxic partner. And some of you are going through emotional transitions and changes with this person. And what is it that you want? And so you have those 2 pentacles in tandem. But I'm also seeing a little bit of hide and seek with this love interest and partner. And so you kind of should be aware here of what's going on with this person, because I kind of see some of them acting out and you're like, whatever, leave me alone. And then they're just hiding and waiting to see what you're going to do. And so for some of you who have gone through a breakup or are currently just separated and not talking to your partner, I kind of feel like this other person might be watching and waiting to see what you do, if you'll be the first person to hold out the olive branch. And so I'm going to pull the outcome card, but I already feel like some of you Tauruses should stand your ground. So your outcome card is a 6 of Swords. This is the card of traveling. It actually can mean physical traveling, like moving to a new place. Note, everything, you have the earth in the background here. You know, the boat is headed towards land. It's headed to a new destination. And I find the 6 of Swords so interesting because you have the wand, which represents fire. You have the water that you're traveling over, your emotions, your reflections, the healing, which kind of complements that 8 of Cups. And so the swords here, you have the swords in the boat. They're plugging up holes in the boat. They're kind of keeping the boat afloat. And so the standard interpretation of the Six of Swords is usually about traveling to a new place emotionally. That if you've gone through a lot of abuse, if you've gone through a lot of if you've gone through a toxic relationship, if someone keeps letting you down, you kind of like say, I'm done with this, I need to get to a better place emotionally. But I will not discount the possibility of moving to a new place, moving to a new job. It could even be, for some of you, about a long distance romance. But I do see healing. And so these swords seem to be coming out. You know, it's interesting. You have your wands, you have your cups, you have your swords, you have your wands. A nice little combination of all four elements, and then they all come together here with the Six of Swords. So I think what the Oracle is saying to you, Taurus, is don't get sucked back in with this toxic relationship. Don't let this person, until they get it together, keep it moving. And don't accept less than you deserve. Okay, so that was my reading. And I just want to thank everybody. You know, people have been just emailing me for the last couple months because I was really, really sick. And, you know, I needed to take some time off with the tarot readings. But thank you guys so much. And as you know, I've got a special for my personal readings. The video reading that you just watched, I offer personal video readings for $20. But for the summer, until the end of September, the personal readings will be $15. So you might want to check it out. You can go to my website, tarotbyaire.com, and you can also make an appointment. I'm also going to be making available super chats for those of you who've decided to sponsor me for $1 a month. People who are patrons on Patreon, you will get super chats, you will get extras, you'll get my videos a week or so early. I also will make free readings available. And I still intend to start my tarot school as well. So if you become a sponsor for $1 a month, you'll get access to the readings, the super chat, the tarot lessons, and you know, lots of great events that will be coming up in July. So thank you so much for your support. I hope you're having a wonderful summer, and I hope to get to meet new customers in the next few weeks. So take care. I will talk to you later, and I wish you love and light.